Hey you guys, I just wanted to do a quick video before I went into boot camp to work out. I was thinking and I had seen a video and I realized that all these years, a lot of people have been using scare tactics to manipulate people to get views and stuff on their channels. And when people come into consciousness, they end up getting stuck in some type of cubicle to where they just how would I say it, they don't know which direction to go. They so busy being afraid of the government or something that they seen, and they don't know what to do. And they end up watching all these videos about this person being evil and that person being evil. But has it ever crossed your mind that maybe a lot of these people learn how to manipulate the matrix? A lot of people learn what certain people would quote unquote call magic or alchemy, and they learn to master it. Now, this is the thing about that. When you're navigating through the matrix, it's just like running a race. You cannot stop and then turn around trying to pick somebody else up out of their hole when you too busy dodging holes yourself. Y'all both end up falling in a hole. So the way that the matrix is basically designed, it's like supposed to be a situation where it's every man for themselves. Now, just keep that in mind, what I said when I go back to what I'm talking about. So I've seen people be demonized, like a classmate of mine. I've known this man since the 9th grade, all right? And the only thing I can say about him is that he did not take no trash. Like we used to give him a hard time because he was the actor when we were kids. You know, not kids. I wasn't a baby goat. He was an actor when we were children. And, you know, I seen a thing about him saying that he was a clone. Now, when I say this person is very, very, very famous, like he's been in movies with Bruce Willis. He's been in movies just by himself. He's been in movies with Leonardo DiCaprio. He's been on TV since he was fucking before I even knew him. And, you know, like, they said he was a time traveler. Oh my goodness. They said he traveled time. They found some pictures of some guy in the 1920s looked just like him and said he was a time traveler. Then the other story I heard about him was that he was a clone. Hey, he was a clone. Oh my goodness. I wonder what his best friend thinks about that. I should call her and ask her. But, you know, just to see those type of things, it brings a reality to me that, you know, you got to really watch what you're listening to on YouTube, especially when you're messing with these people who sit in their house all day and they ain't got nothing going on but just sitting in their house all day. There's a line going across my face. I think it's, yeah, it's like the window or something. So, yeah. Basically, you have all these people being demonized and they're basically Neos running the matrix, right? And the only reason I can tell you this is because I was working on a set the other day, and the person whose show it was basically had a chat with me and maybe a couple of other people, and he was basically telling us how you don't know who had crossed the bear to get to where they are. A lot of people just assume that these people just have things given to them, like they know somebody. Now, this person was homeless, sleeping in their car for 3 damn years while they went around just trying to get jobs and doing what they needed to do to get to the level that they are on now. But now that they are where they are now, they get approached by people who like to hit them up with business ideas or hit them up for money. And it's like, once you don't get that person no money, then it's like, oh, now you think you better than me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, those are all things in the matrix. Like, if you don't know any better, your whole frequency could just drop because of those little things that come. They're glitches or whatever. And also the girl from Black Panther, Latita or whatever her name is, I never knew she was from South America. I never knew that, you know, the girl was like drugged out of the game like 4 years ago. And she basically, what ends up usually happening is a lot of people who realize that they may be, I have to really be careful with how I word things nowadays, because these people love taking people's videos and trying to use it on them for legal reasons. They love taking these videos and they like, trying to say that somebody's crazy, or try to say that somebody some kind of way they got something wrong with them, or they're in some type of cult or something. So you got to be very careful with how you word things. But the only way that I can say things is like, maybe you're an X-Man. Anybody watch comic books, you know what I'm talking about. So once you come to that realization, there's a bunch of things that tend to end up happening. One is people in your family are used against you. And then when you try to go and get information, instead of getting the information that you need, you end up coming across scare tactics. Like, watch out for your cell phone. Watch out because you need to open up your chakras. Like, a lot of times those things are already traps, because if you are already questioning things around you, that means that you're awakening naturally. Everybody has their time and a set date and all of that stuff when they computer reboots and they look around and go, wait a minute, I don't like that programming. So they end up having problems with the family. They end up going and trying to find more information, and it is like oversaturated. The internet is oversaturated with BS. You got people who are showing their altars. You got people, and I was guilty for that at a certain period of time, but I would never show the full process. I kind of knew better. You know what I'm saying? Everything's supposed to be in secret. What are the keys? You pray in secret. You don't do it out loud. You don't tell everybody everything. Like certain things are left that are supposed to be private. But just the demonization of people, and then to have people afraid. Like, I'm not gonna take part in the Matrix, and then you have people that are just living these lives where you're like, how are you even alive right now? Like, some people will be like, they'll do scare tactics and tell you that they're conscious, and they be at their mama house, they be at their grandma house, they don't be in their own stuff, and it's just crazy. You've already seen the people falling apart, the doctors, the conscious people who have their following that like to go to different countries. I mean, it's just all coming out slowly. Even people who are quote unquote famous, who are supposedly conscious. You just gotta really be careful with what you digest into your avatar, the information that you take in. And I always say, always question everything and double check everything. But certain things, man, it'd be so much misinformation out there that you be in double check, triple check, quadruple check, something that is still just way off. Way off. A lot of things have been bastardized and just turned into complete trash. I gotta go into my class. I want to make sure that this video uploads with no problems. So, peace and hair grease.